Same with CWCW Performance. And today we're gonna go over one of the most base introductory variations of loading up a hinge, and that's the banded RDL. So in this setup, the band's gonna go underneath the feet. I like to really make sure that we're mid-foot. We don't wanna be back on the heels. It's gonna throw our balance off. Same thing if we get too far towards the toes. So I'm gonna be right in the middle. Nice and easy. I'm gonna put this around my neck. And then from here, it is our basic hinge. So this is the shape we're trying to create. This band is pulling me down. It makes me want to hinge over or to hunch over, to lose that spine position. But when I do this well, I get a lot of really good loading onto my hamstrings and my glutes. Good little bit of challenge to my low back in a very appropriate way. And so from there, like, the band gives us a lot of feedback. So with my feet, I want to make sure that I'm staying nice and balanced. It's another reason why I want the band right in the middle of that foot, is if it's by the toes, we're going to bias our toes. If it's back on the heels, we're going to sit too far back on our heels when we want a balanced fit. Whenever I do the hinge, you'll notice there's not a lot of movement in my knees while that's happening. That's a big stability piece of this movement. My knees are not locked out, but there's a soft bend, maybe a little harder to see on this side, but there's gonna be a soft bend in that hinge, but it maintains. This doesn't go anywhere. We wanna keep our torso nice and rigid. Basically, the same way we would if we were gonna do a farmer's carry, where the arms would hang, weights loaded up in the hands, and the force and the challenge there makes our spine want to do this. We respond by resisting that force, and the band does a really good job at giving a similar sort of challenge as we get moving through that range of motion. And that's where, like, the band RDL kind of never really goes away in a lot of programs. It's not always going to be like your staple hinge, but at minimum it tends to find its way into warm-ups, because again, it does get all that musculature challenged and it wakes it up. So again, one more time, we're in the middle of the feet. I'm going to let this just kind of hang. Flat feet, soft bend. And another cue I like is I almost think about like I'm pushing my hips up towards the ceiling to keep good tension back here, because this is where I'm trying to feel where my hands are. There's your banded RDL.